Well, here we are. I'm actually really early for once because I'm really excited. We've got good moon phases, we've got really good tides, and the last couple of days I've finally been finding some big fish on the sounder. I'm gonna show you some screenshots, but I'm very excited for today. I really think if we don't get one today, a big fish, I don't know what's gonna happen. But yesterday I came out, same place. It's a new system for me, so I spent the whole day sounding. I found some rock bars, like hidden rock bars. I found a few trevs. I found some absolutely massive fish on some drop-offs that were clearly, like you can see the fork tail in the side scans, so threadies. I found a big school of what I think to be threadies. Not big threadies, but just little threadies are all schooled up. Must have been about 15 in the school. I'll show you the screenshot. But so today I'm actually like really excited to get out there on the water. It's been the first time since moving to Brisbane that I'm actually excited to get out and do this, because Mum just like came in last night and said, oh, did you know that you've already spent $90 something in tolls since you've been here just to go fishing? Normally when you like move out to the western suburbs of Brisbane, it's because you can't afford to live on the eastern side. I literally can't afford to live on the western side of Brisbane. I've been running into tons of people at the boat ramps, and Brisbane people are so friendly. You guys like are so friendly and positive for how good your fishing is. You know, like if you head down to the Gold Coast, it's just a little bit easier. I shouldn't say that. All the Gold Coast people are like, don't send them down here. I want to show you some screenshots of the last 2 weeks of fishing at around Brisbane. There we go, pages. Storage, my file, screenshot. So here we go. This is yesterday. Let me just cover up that. Look at this. This is between a couple of rocks here. I was cruising down with the tide. Tide was moving about 4k an hour. And you can see, look at that, Lee. So they're probably, I'm thinking like 60 to 80 centimetre fish. I reckon threadies, just at how close they are to the bottom and how schooled up they are. I've been looking at this sounder for the last 2 weeks, so I'm really starting to get to know it. Have a look at that. That is just incredible. That's probably one of the best images I've got off this thing, especially on the side scan. So not as clear, but I still reckon it's a thready. This was just outside a Holt. On the high tide, they seem to be up on that mud bank in about, 7 metres of water, 7-8 metres of water. The hole drops off to about 14, but on the high tide, they seem to be up the top. Went out in the bay the other day, found 200 metres of this bait and not one single fish come off it. I had one cuttlefish come out of this whole school of bait. Thinking about going back there when the winds are good again and just having another look right on sunrise, because I actually found this later on in the day. But that was just incredible to find. This is a couple of days before that. I was scanning around and I found this drop-off bait. You can see clearly there's really good fish hanging around it. So I think, just judging by the way they're positioned, I reckon they're dewies. But you can see there's some good fish hanging in and around this bait. This is in the Brizzy River actually, and I'm quite confident they're barra. I've seen a barra get caught in this place before. There's one there, you can see the tops of where the scanner hits it, and you can see the shadow. Not sure what that one is, but this one definitely shows it. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, right underneath the boat. Could not get a bite, but definitely some Brizzy barra getting around. Actually, you guys can see the marks on this because it changes all the time. This is in the Port of Brisbane. Check this thing out. That's in 15 metres of water, and you can see that there's a whole school of threadies just up the top here. Marked them, went back to find them, and they were gone. So that was a little bit depressing, because that's the only real big fish I've found in the port. Big school of Taylor, again scanning the port. Didn't drop down, weren't looking for Taylor, we're looking for the threadies. The same day we scanned that big school of threadies. So they're all the screenshots over the last literally 2 weeks of fishing. I've been trying to work out my sound, and I really think I've got it dialed in. I've just spent 2 weeks literally just looking at images and trying to work out what things are. So I think I've got it dialed in now, and it's going to give me a little bit of confidence for this trip. Righto, sun looks like it is on its way up. Well, it should be on its way up in the next 20 minutes. I'm going to start heading down and start scanning a couple of these holes and see if we can find some fish. So fingers crossed this morning we can be on some, but I got high hopes. High hopes for a living.
Oh, we're on. He must have hit that on the drop. Feels like a flatty. What do we got? Little flatty. First for the morning. There he is. We're gonna get him back in because I've seen a fair few decent fish coming through. There he goes. We've seen a fair few decent fish on the side scan and the down scan just coming by. And there's a fair bit of bait coming through as well every now and then. So that is kind of a good little start, that one. That ticks me off the board this morning because it has been some super slow fishing lately. I marked some good ones coming in here, for sure, some good fish. I'm also running really light gear because I ran into someone at the boat ramp the other day and he said it's really hard to pull fish out of here. So I figure it's like the Tweed where you've got to use 12 pound or less, otherwise you don't get bites. So I just switched over to a Thready Buster. It's like a light vibe. We've got like almost zero current going on at the moment. Just starting to run out. And we've got mullet coming through and I'm just working these drop-offs. You can see like it's obviously there's a big hole in here that I found the other day. I come down for a look and I found this big hole and then I ran into someone at the boat ramp. Apparently everyone knows about it. And then I found stacks and stacks of bait in there. Now there's no bait in here. There's no of the small bait that I was seeing the other day in here, but there's heaps of mullet coming through on the side scan and down scan. And every now and then you see a bigger fish cruising around the edges. So I'm just working these drop-offs with the Thready Buster, just seeing if there's something, just waiting for something to come off. If not, I'm going to drift back up on that top drop-off because that's where I saw some big ones just before I entered the hole actually. So you can see the mullet coming through now. A lot of mullet. So I'm running those top 3 screens. I find that the normal sonar picks up the finer bait better than the down scan does, where you can see it more clearly just because of the different contrast in colors. It's a bit harder with the black on the down scan. And then I get the side scan in the red. I find that my eyes, I don't know about everyone else's, I know people use blue a lot, but my eyes, standing up on the skiff, I tend to pick up the contrast of the black and red a lot better than I do with the blue. And then I just got the normal maps on the top left hand corner just so I can see where I've been marking fish. Especially in new systems, I'm marking everything and I'm coming back and double checking everything. There's a really deep drop off here, but I think with this high tide we're kind of looking for those shallower drop offs. Here we go, there's a bit more bait coming through here. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. My goodness, can't see any bigger fish yet. Look out on the side scan, see if we can see anything out on the side scan. Look at that. Here we go, this side's got double bait, it's got mullet and it's got little bait on top. No spot lock here for a while. I'll just see if anything swims past. Oh! Oh, that was a good hit. Oh no. Oh no. Definitely fish on that lure though. There was a little chunk of fish on there. I don't know what sort, like at the inside of the mouth. Ladies, leave your man at home, cause the club's full of bowlers and the bucket's full of grown. And all your fellas, leave your ladies with friends, cause it's 11:30 and the club is jumping. Yep. Oh, what's that? Probably another flathead. Oh, it's a good one too. There we go. There we go. There we go. We'll take that. We'll take that. There we go. Just come up into the shallows a bit more. And boom, second flathead for the morning. There he goes. On the little Thready Buster. There we go. Oh, feels like a trev. Yeah, feels like a trev. Trying a new thing called walk the prawn, where you just slowly wind the prawn along the bottom of it. There we go, yep. He wanted the prawn too, didn't he? Oh, look at all these mates. He's got about 5 mates around him. Go on, mate. I was just about to put on a slightly smaller lure, see if there was heaps of trevs around. Totally destroyed my bait, thanks very much. Oh, he's bleeding. Get him back in. So we've just been scanning all morning. The first section didn't really pay off, just a couple of flatties. Marked some good threadies coming through. I think tomorrow might be a little bit better on the tide, so I might come back. But I'm just going to mix it up. I just spent the last like 40 minutes just drifting down river scanning, just looking for threadies on the drop off. Didn't have any luck. I'm already bored of it, so I'm going to tie on this little flick plate that I bought the other day, and I'm just going to work the edges a little bit. Here we go. I got a little I think 1/8 jighead on there, so I'm just going to see if we can rustle up some smaller fish before we keep failing at this bigger fish. Meanwhile, I'm going to keep scanning because there is a really nice fish just sitting on that edge there. It is tucked up hard. There's a really big fish just sitting up here in the shallows, right up in this little eddy here. Wow, that was a big fish. Oh, that was a bit. There we go, there's something. Oh, a little trev on the board. This was not the fish that was sitting in there. We'll get you out. He's got a little battle wound on him too. Oh, we're on. We are on. What do we got? Look at the size of that bream. Holy moly. That's a big bream. Oh, look at it go. Lucky I'm running 10 pound. Oh man. How's that for a bream? As Drew would say, that's what we're after. I don't think he's a kegger, but you can't complain with that. Look at that thing. What a monster. Give him a quick measure. 34. 31 to the 4. 34 centimetre bream. 31 centimetre forker. It's not a bad fish. That's getting up there with one of my best. Best on a lure anyway. So apart from the 2 brim this morning, two flatty, 2 brim. Not the worst day. And a trev. We got a trev, don't forget that. A bit depressing though, I've marked a ton of good fish. Just no bites from it. I don't know if it's throwing the wrong things or they're not feeding. We're gonna keep going, keep drifting, keep scanning, keep marking points. Yes. Oh, that's a good, that might be a trev, I reckon. Just found a whole school of bait on the sounder, just completely by random. Oh, it's a good trev too. There we go. Oh, he wants to go. I found one rock just sitting out in the middle here, and there's a whole school of bait off the back of it. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna spot lock and just cast over the top of it and see what we can find. Bang, straight on. It's literally second drop. We got him, we got him. Good Trev. Totally destroyed the bait. There you go. Another little Trev for the morning. He went so much harder, I think because his current's running so fast, he got his head in there. But there goes another one. Just with the wind and the current, it's actually making it really difficult to get the plastic down the bottom for long. So I'm just going to go up to a 1/4 ounce, and I'm going to try a little Munroe's. I'm going to try a little Munroe's 2.5 inch puddle tail. I reckon these are going to be killer on the Trevs. A bit like a slim swim, but the tail is a bit different in the water. That'll also give it action on the way down, that tail, rather than just on the twitch. There we go. Yep, there we go. Just the slow roll on the bottom. And he picked that up. Oh, another one. There's plenty down there. Just the slow roll on the bottom got that one. I'll try that again. Whip it out and let it sink to the bottom. And then we're just going to try that slow roll. Still bait coming through. Oh, there he is. Yep, got him. Same plastic, very next cast. How's that? There we go. Second one. It's 2 casts with the plastic. She's getting a little bit destroyed, but I reckon we'll get another couple out of her. Oh, there you go. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's peeling. Oh, what is that? That's making the line do all sorts of things. It's probably just a Trev. There he is. He's alright. It's a snapper! My goodness, we just got a snapper. How's that? Would not have picked that in the river. Just marking some fish out on the left hand side when I was cruising past. Maybe it was the snapper up in the shallows. Check out that, got to be happy with that on 6 pound. On the old pumpkin seed. Check that out. Little snap, rolling the slim swim along the bottom of the mud over here. I was cruising past and I marked about 5 fish, not big ones, just bigger than mullet, so I'm assuming they were these things. I thought maybe they were Trevs, and I thought, oh, I'll just flick the slim swim around. Check that. I'm actually pretty stoked with that. Get him back in. We are in 3 meters of water, way up the river. Would have been the last thing on my mind. So here's me, right? I'd given up for the day and I was like, right, I'm gonna call it quits. I'm going home. So I was just drifting down, getting a bit of sun, and I came across this real shallow rock bar on the side scan. It was like, pretty much it covers this whole area just here. There's this massive rock bar. And I thought, oh, I'll have a little flick, just scull drag the plastic along the top, and check this out. The little Munroe's 2.5 inch paddle tail, and I lost a Trev, got a Trev. There's been some fish coming through on the side scan, and I thought, gee, this would be good for summer jacks. I was like, maybe I should make sure I get back here in summer for a jackfish. Ooh, careful, I don't want to lose my finger. Check this out. He's not going to let that go. There you go. little Munroes, 2.5 inch soft plastic in the Swarf. We are currently in the middle of winter. Oh, there you go. Nice. My first, well, second winter jack, but first one for the season. Probably low 40s. Actually, I'll give him a measure. There you go, 41 centimetre jack. Put him back. I want to apologise for that. I turned the camera on. Look, there's little bust ups over here. Let's see if we can get on the board straight away. There we go. There's another fish. This one feels like a little Trev. Oh, a little Moses perch. Another species for the morning. This is actually turning into quite a good morning. Slide him out. Little Moses perch. There we go, there's another fish. Very next cast. Might be another little Moses. Skull drag him in. 2 in 2 casts. Second one down. There we go. There's another one. That's Trevi, I think. Oh, coddy. Another species off this one rock bar, which I found with my sounder. And it's just fish after fish. Beautiful little estuary cod. Oh, it's a gold spot. Look at that. Beautiful little gold spot.